And hey, Diego, you've been active on chats and commentary, and you're up next. So the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. So what I want to show you today is a tool that we built in house recently for to solve a problem that was invisible to one of our customers. It's basically a desktop application that reads documents that you already have and extracts terminology. And it's something that we developed specifically for one of our customers. So that's how it stands now, and we're going to improve it, of course. It's a desktop tool, and in my short pitch, I will guide you through four things: the problem that we're trying to solve, the tool itself, it's not a demo, but I'll show you some screens, and how it works and what it produces. Uh, So the starting point was very ordinary frustration. So building terminology is often time consuming, is slow. Translators and linguists and project managers will spend ages on that. And it's not even reliable because terminology extraction by hand is subjective in a way. So we built something that goes beyond that. What struck us is terminology is already in the documents and the translation memories and so on. It lives inside TMXs and those sort of documents the company already has. So what we do is we bridge this gap and we try to extract valuable data for documents that are already in the hands of the customer. Can you go to the next one already? So the result is this application that you see here is a desktop application as of now. This is where you start, and that runs completely locally. So the data never leaves the user machine. What it does is when it processes the documents, that's where it doesn't leave the computer. So it accepts, as of now, two kinds of inputs, translation memory in TMX files, in TMX format, and PDFs that it can also search recursively. So the user can select an AI model. As you can see, maybe it's too small, but probably you can see it. You can select an AI model for the processing step, and you can browse the files. You click one. There's nothing you need to do on top of that. It's already behind the user interface, and you also get a live log while it's processing the files. So it's very transparent, no black box here. Next one, please. So the interesting part is, I believe, the pipeline. So let me go quickly through it. So it runs basically in 5 stages. First, in ingestion. You can add, as I said, TMX files or PDFs, raw text, and it just take the files. Then there's a cleaning part where it removes the noise, so the tags and so on. So you just have the text there. Then there is the actual extraction. This is based on NLP. I'm not too technical, and I don't want to be too technical here, but it's based on NLP, meaning that it doesn't yet uses the AI. It's based on NLP, so it's very deterministic. So the candidate terms are extracted. It can be from where in this configuration from 1 to 4 terms. And then there is the AI processing stage where the chosen language model does 3 things basically: filtering out the false positives, translating source to target, and checks for internal consistency, because sometimes there is no internal consistency as well. So the design is simple. The complexity is all in the tool, and you just need to press run and it works. With the next, again, there's the full interface, nothing more you need to do. You set the mode, so the format of the source files, and you click browse and you run, and it does work. It's really easy on purpose. First, because for now it's for our project managers, but also if we give it to customers, then it needs to be easy as well. And in the next one, you will see the output, which is what comes out of the application is an Excel glossary, basically a source to target term list, sorted alphabetically as well. So it's already being checked by AI against false positives, and translation have been validated as well. So from there, you can really go wherever you want to go. You can import it in a CAD tool. You can use for LLM translation if you want. There's an asterisk here in the slide. I hope you see it, because I still think that the human linguist overview and review is really still needed. We are a language company, of course, so we develop technology as well. But I don't think that the heavy lifting can be done by technology. But I still think that a person, a human individual, still needs to check everything. But the tool is built to really do the heavy lifting and support that judgment part for the linguist. I'll be quick on the next one about the results is around 10% faster. This is our internal experiments that we run is deterministic, so it's also very much consistent in extracting the files. The same input will always give you the same output, and it can scale. And of course, there's zero coding because it's as simple as it is. It's a fully working desktop application. So my summary would be: it's faster than standard workflows for terminology. Is repeatable because it's deterministic, and it can handle volumes as well. Next one is really to close this up, and I'm hoping I'm in time. So I believe this is a very simple application, but it solves a very big issue. We worked with it on it for a customer specifically where our calculation was we should have spent 160 hours on that kind of terminology job, and we spent only 16. So it was with a couple of probably days for developing the tool. So I think that's really successful. That's basically it for me now.
Diego, thank you very much. Very interesting, very relevant, and it seems very well engineered to me. I want to open the Q&A by asking you the exact same question as the one I asked Maxim. So you developed this for one client, deployed it as a desktop tool, which is perfectly fine. But imagine that adoption increases. Would you consider enabling this as an API endpoint, which you can then use in end-to-end workflows, create terminology ad hoc in a translation pipeline, more AI? Things are evolving at the speed of light. I'm just thinking out loud here.
Absolutely. When Maxime was talking, I was thinking the same. And this is why I said you start with the desktop application, then you move it elsewhere. Absolutely, we want to develop it as an API, integrate anywhere, put it online. I don't think any project manager would want to have a desktop software nowadays or install it. Maybe in some companies you will not even be able to install it on your desktop. So it's going to be online soon. I cannot spoiler it as of now because it's not relevant, but we developed something similar to what I saw before, and that's online with an API for the very same concerns that you presented before.
Gotcha. Thank you.
I have more of a philosophical question for you, Diego, and it is a Friday after all, but how big is the terminology problem that you're looking at here? And, thinking about terminology over the years, like, is it growing again? Is it becoming something which, obviously with LLMs, maybe it makes sense, but can you just talk a bit about that?
Well, I never thought that terminology was important till a couple of years ago. But with AI, I think it's getting more and more important. So yeah, I think it's going to be relevant. It's going to be a big problem still for some years to come, at least. AI is not able to be consistent, but if you do a good job on terminology, then you can improve the output. Absolutely. So it's also a big problem because it's a long process to do a good job on terminology. So I think it's going to be relevant for quite some time.
Yeah, and Jörg, thanks, Diego. Jörg, we had last year we saw terminology pitch as well, didn't we? And it was
Exactly.
really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So last year we ran a poll. We're going to run the same poll after today's session, just asking people which pitch did resonate most with you, and the one around terminology was highlighted as the most resonates with people. So I think terminology, everybody knows it's super important, but it has always been like a more cumbersome thing to do. I think it's more sexy now in the current AI climate.
Can I give you an example? Would be very quick.
Of course.
I have now currently 1,200 pages project that my customer want to translate with AI, purely AI. No, not even human check. What we are adding on top of that before AI does the translation is we adding terminology work so that AI does a better job. Was not asked by the customer, but still it's something where you can control quality of the output. And Yeah, so sometimes it's not even something that comes on a purchase order. I mean, sometimes we do that just because we think that it will help the output to be better in a better shape.
Great stuff. Dave, do you have time for a final question for Diego?
Yeah,
There's
I
one in the chat as
actually
well.
see one in the chat. Yeah, Jörg, maybe we'll
Yeah,
take that one.
absolutely. Please do.
Yeah, so question from Igor, how people and resource intensive was the development process? Yeah, great question. Thanks.
It was astonishingly well. You got it. It was incredibly low, I have to say, because I have a team who's prepared to do that. So it's not the first tool that we develop. I think for this process, I think it didn't take us more than 2 working days. But I may be exaggerating. But because there's been a lot of knowledge building before that.
Yeah, yeah, of course. No, great stuff, Diego. Thanks. Always great seeing you on this
Thank you
stage.
very much.
Great job. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.